Hello everybody, it's capcorgi here, and I'm actually doing one of my first guide contents for Marvel's Rivals ever. So I'm very excited about it. I hope you guys are enjoying your night and or day. Let me know how it's going. I've been playing many characters. I've been playing a lot of Marvel's Rivals here and there, all throughout. And I needed my first guide to be a specific character. As you can tell, anyone who's been part of this channel before or has been part of my stream ever, all my all my emotes and my entire community is based around my love for corgis and Captain America. So obviously my first guide has got to be a Captain America guide. So we're going to start on in, and I'm going to first show you some information about his animation cancels. Now, I want you all to keep in mind one very specific thing. First of all, this skin is amazing. So, we're recording this all the way in March. I actually recorded this originally way back before the TikTok ban, but I use CapCut, and my video got erased when the ban happened. When TikTok got banned, CapCut did as well, and so I lost all of my videos, of which one of them was the Captain America guide. Regardless, we're doing it again. I'm doing it fresh, and now I have some better ideas of what to tell you guys and everything like that, but I've been playing Captain a lot. He's my main character. I love this character, and everything that I tell you and everything that I show you, both in terms of the gameplay and in terms of the animation cancels. I'll do the animation cancels first. I want you guys to keep one thing directly in mind. When I recorded that information about the animation cancels, when I recorded that information about his gameplay, I'll show you a couple of games, he was weaker then. He's actually gotten, I think, 2 or 2.5, maybe 3 buffs in a row. So everything I say about how good he is and like the things that you can do with Captain America in Marvel's Rivals, you can actually do more of now. So the myriad of buffs that he got, he didn't really get too much on his Q. He did, however, Vibranium Energy Saw got buffed. So this now, you were hearing it in the background beforehand, but now it's does a lot more cooldown. So sorry, it has more cooldown reduction, so you're able to use it more often, which is very, very nice. I think it was like almost a 10-second cooldown before, and now it's like under 8. I think it's like 7.5, or maybe it's like 7. It depends on exactly, I always, whenever I see it go on cooldown, it always says 7, so I just assume 7. So it's faster than before on cooldown, and it also is faster in the range, as in throwing it out, it goes faster, and also when it bounces, it jumps faster. So it's a lot better. I do wish they would make the range longer, because I feel for his only ranged ability, and it doesn't really do that much damage. It has a little high cooldown. I have no idea why it doesn't go nearly as far as I feel it should. But yeah, it's all right. And then his Liberty Rush, his gap closer, is like a I think it used to be 14-second cooldown. Now it's like 12-second cooldown. So massive buff to the cooldown. This is a really good ability. Use it. Animation cancels all the time. Super Soldier Slam, very similar buff. You use it all the time. For the animation cancels, is decent damage, and it used to have a bit of a higher cooldown. It's a bit better in terms of cooldown. And another really nice buff, one that's underrated, is his Living Legend, which is a shield. So that's your right click. You hold your right click up, you reflect projectiles, and now it recharges much faster than it used to. It used to take freaking forever to recharge his shield, and that was like one of your really only actual tank abilities. Now it's a lot better. Now, one thing you guys need to know about Cap is he's not particularly amazing at frontline tanking. I'll be showing you some gameplay, and I'll be showing you how I play and how I'm able to succeed with him. And one thing you guys got to know is Captain America, you got to change your mindset. So you are no longer a frontline tank. Stop thinking of him as a frontline tank. He's not really particularly amazing at doing that. He can still do it if you have the right team comp, if you have really good healers and so on. You can still be able to do it if you really, really need to. But how you should play Captain America, and I'll show you video graphic evidence of that, is as a backline bruiser. Basically, someone who dives in, a diver, onto their backline, chases down their healers, chases down their DPS, out-tanks their damage, is able to reflect, but with his right-click ability, is able to reflect shots at, from any of the backliners. Most backliners are, super, I guess, like, relatively mobile, or sometimes immobile, projectile characters. And so Captain America does particularly well against projectile characters. You run at people, you gap close with F and or right your shield slam. You can do both in tandem. You can sprint run at people while holding your shield up, which is very, very good. And when they're shooting at you, just reflect it, do some chip damage to them, dive in. Keep diving, keep auto attacking, as in left click attacking, and if they keep trying to back up and shoot you, you just hold your shield up. And that's kind of like the bread and butter gameplay. The other thing that Captain America is really good at is when your team isn't particularly well coordinated. And the reason I say that is what you can do is force the other team to start to act a little uncoordinated. And again, I'll cover some previous gameplays where I got the rare MVPs on Captain America. His damage numbers aren't very high, and his tank numbers aren't very high, so it's kind of hard to get the MVP as Captain America, but you can still do it if you're good enough. And honestly, I think he's underrated. I think he needs to be played more. I think he needs to be given some love in terms of the player base actually enjoying him and so on. Because I think he's better than people think. And I just wanted to showcase some of that. So here we're going to show you some awesome animation cancels. You can animation cancel a little bit of everything. One thing I forgot to mention, I think, in that previous animation cancel video, which you're going to see in just a couple of seconds, is your right click can actually animation cancel your auto or any of your other abilities at any time. But you have to be really fast with it. I have, nerve issues in my hand, pain issues in my hand, so I'm not very good at that. But you can bring up your right click like over and over and over again, just completely randomly. The other animation cancels I at least describe right now, and then I'll show you the proof in the practice range. You can animation cancel your autos with your shield slam, your soldier slam, and your E throw, and your Liberty Rush. So all together, you can kind of animation cancel your autos with E, and then auto F, and then auto right click, and then maybe even auto right click if you're fast enough. And by then, you're doing like an actual boatload of damage. So you're actually doing a lot more damage then. So the other thing that he's really good at is because of his sprint and because of two separate gap closers slash escapes, you can actually, they're not targeted abilities, so you can use them. So they're not targeted against an actual character. You can use them at any time on the map. So he's extremely mobile. He's really good at running away from fights, making people run to him, kiting both forwards into people and away from people. And so what you can do is, how I'm able to make Captain America succeed is if my healers are either getting dove or, they're dealing with a lot, or they're focused on healing other people, or they're just not particularly playing well, you can just jump to healing points on the map. If you learn the maps well, your play with Captain America will only increase in quality if you know where the healing points are. So you can go in, do a whole boatload of damage, tank up about 1,000 damage worth of damage, over under maybe 800 before you start to feel like you're really panicked between your shield and your base health, and then run to a healing point. And because you have so many ways to get to a healing point, as in the little pop-up healing points, you're able to heal a whole boatload of health that is not based on your healer's healing output. So he's kind of like a very self-reliant character in many ways, which I really like. I really dig that. So Cap's playstyle is awesome. I really like it, and I think you're going to enjoy the animation cancels, and then I'll see you for the gameplay. Show me the Cap cancel. Yeah, Cap cancel. Let me see if I can take you to a change practice. All right. So, auto EF auto. Like that. The second auto I tap too slowly, but if you tap it faster, I'm dog shit at tapping things faster. That's how you do it. So auto, EF, auto. Oh, fuck. Wait. Oh, my F was not on cooldown. Okay. Also, what you can do is auto... Okay. Shift, auto, hold like that. Bam. That was clean. That was clean. Does that kill Luna? That would kill Luna. Yeah. The one I just did would kill Luna. For sure. Well, if she's not ulting and if she's not healing herself, yeah. If she's not in the middle of healing herself, yes. If she's healing herself, then no. Turn on no cooldowns. I actually have no idea how to do that. Settings. Practice settings. No cooldowns. Ah, look at that. There we go. All right. See, like, I was able to half health Hulk with a not good combination. Still, some animation cancel. I took off basically, you know, partial seconds off of the E cooldown and 2 of the autos instead of 3 of the autos. Normally, I'd be able to do more. Does it respawn him? How does this work? Oh, it's just boost spamming. Get out of here, Twink. Does it respawn Hulk? It does. Okay, cool. To jump one again slowly? You can't really do it slowly. That's the thing. So basically what you're doing is you're autoing once, and you're holding down shift so you can get your little speed boost thing. So you auto, move up, and then... You're autoing, you move up. I keep pressing F. Auto, you move forward, and then you're trying to get your little, like, speed boost jump. So whenever you have your speed boost jump, you can get the little reticle. And you can just immediately use your reticle and tilt it down and just immediately down slam. And the down slam is an animation cancel for everything in the game. For everything Cap can do in the game. So that's what it is. So you auto, and you can combine it with F and E as well. So you can go like that. There you go. There you go. So I was able to put F. I did not get the E into it because I missed the input, but I was able to auto. Shift jump, shield slam, F auto. Zach, you can animation cancel Captain America, which basically makes Captain America playable as opposed to dog shit. Make a cat macro? Yeah, I don't know. Can you make macros in this game? If you can, then probably it's a lot easier. But you can animation cancel with magic. I'm really bad at those, but you can definitely do it with her. And you can do it definitely with what's her face as well, Spider-Man. But yeah, that's the information handle, Schleepin. What you can also do is an easy one. Auto EF, and then you can just link that in another auto. You can also... There we go. That's an easy one. Invite you? Yeah, in the game for sure. So, there you go. That's some of the animation cancels you can do with Cap. Now, I'm not good at them, and I was still doing far more damage than you would if you don't have any. Now, one thing to know is that when you have the 2 autos, you have 4 ranged autos. So what I was doing in that previous game was I was hitting, like, Rocket Raccoon or whoever the fuck was near me, and then I was shooting the Iron Man in the air. That's another thing that a lot of people don't realize. The range on his shield throw from his just normally left click is quite far. Thank you. All right, guys, we're back from the animation cancels. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And again, before anything else, if you guys are liking this video, make sure to give it a like, give it a comment, share it with your friends. It's my first guide ever. I've made other, discussion videos on Marvel's Rivals. I'm loving this game. I think it's easily one of the biggest surprises of the end of last year. And we're going to be playing it all throughout, and I'm going to be making more content if you guys like it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and definitely share it with your friends if you have any friends who are interested in Captain America, or Vanguard characters. If you're learning a Vanguard character and you like DPS characters, Cap is very good for that as well. So if you're, used to playing Wolverine and, Wolverine is taken, or the team comp demands that you kind of really need to play a tank, Cap is a very good choice for that. He is countered by a few things. Wolverine, unironically, counters him. You cannot win a fight versus Wolverine almost ever unless you're playing very well and the Wolverine is playing particularly poorly. You don't have the DPS output compared to Wolverine to beat a Wolverine in a 1v1 fight. He's one of the few things that counter Cap. The other thing that really counters Cap is flying. It's really hard to deal with a Hela that's ulted. You can't deal with it. It's just, she's up there. Can't do shit. You also cannot deal with the Thing particularly well. He kind of out DPSs you. He's kind of stronger than you in many different ways. And if he gets his little like running dash grounding ability on you, half your abilities are just useless for like the next, 5 seconds or something. You can't F slam into him. You can't right click slam into him. And all you can do is like, shield and hope for the best. So, yeah, it's really hard to play into the Thing. But besides, dealing with flyers, you don't really want to deal with flyers anyways. So besides dealing with that, you can never catch Spider-Man, but most people can't. So don't really worry about that too much. You can kind of deal with most other things in the game. So he is team comp dependent, but I think you'll be able to enjoy it. So I'm going to show you some awesome gameplay now. Let's find the first game. I have a couple of MVP games. One really cool thing, by the way, about Marvel's Rivals is that the game is extremely good at keeping your history. So, I recorded, these are just games that are recorded by the game itself. And one of them, is this a Cap game? I don't remember if this was particularly good. I did get SVP. So we can start with this and see if it's good. You can replay these games, like, at all times. And this game is from all the way back in December. One of the really, really most awesome but underrated things about this game is how good it is at being able to save your replays and play the game. So this is a pretty decent team comp. I have, only one healer here. But like I said, Captain America kind of shines in team comps where you don't have to be solo tank. And you have a couple other healers. We have another tank on our team, so I didn't have to solo tank. He's not really good at solo tanking. So in this game, it's a capture the point one, which is generally not Cap's strongest gameplay. You're kind of better at almost any of the other map types. You can still succeed in this, like, absolutely. But, yeah, you want to figure out where their DPS are and target those. Usually Lokis are pretty easy choices. Usually a character like Moon Knight is a very easy choice to pick. Yeah, being able to go back, get the heals, get right back in the fight. You have so many gap closers in this game with Captain America. I think he is like the gap closing character. At least he might have the most gap closers out of any of the other characters. I'm like relatively sure about that. So I wanted to target the Loki. Loki is like, priority 1 here. He's one of the healers, and anytime she goes into spike mode with the Venom upgrade, you can just hold up your right click and, you don't really take too much damage. He's really good at, like, solo pushing people back. Holding your shield up, running at people, throwing out your E, and then backing out. Obviously, targeting Onks, targeting the spider, the Penny Parker items, the little mine dispenser, targeting that is very, very important. Anytime that they have, like, an uncoordinated team where you need to really catch the backline, they leave their healer behind or something, that's when you want to dive in as Cap, if you're able to. Like, that's the type of thing you target. You kind of have to pick and choose your moments really, really well with this character. He's not really mindless as much as Venom is, so you kind of have to, like, play a little bit smarter. Yeah. I like that, but it's definitely, like, a little bit more of a, you got to pick and choose a little better. He's really good, by the way, at blocking ultimates. You can block so many ultimates in CCs with your right-click shield. Like as you saw when, what's his name, Stranger's up in the air, you're shooting down. Something a lot of people can't deal with. You can deal with it easily. Iron Man ultimate, you can deal with that extremely easily as well. You can deal with Punisher ultimate for a few seconds, at least reflect back a whole chunk of damage before you have to like run away. You can do you can block Magneto ultimate. You can block all kinds of different ultimates. So that was that first round. First round went pretty darn well. We're gonna skip the second round. Let's see how the gameplay continues. I want to see if I can showcase some of the animation cancels in fights. And I did really good in terms of damage meters without... Can I see it? I can. Without really even animation canceling particularly well. This one, very uncoordinated team on the other team, but this is what you can take advantage of. Loki has no escapes. Target that first. You know, Moon Knight has one where he goes up the air once, and then you can catch him. And if you get 2 autos, you have 4 ranged autos. So all you need, really, is 2 melee autos before you can really wreak havoc on someone running away from you. Because no matter how much they run away from you, first of all, you're usually faster if you've not used any of your gap closers, or even if you used one, you have a couple of other ways between your sprint and between another gap closer. Whether you used F, you have shield slam. If you use shield slam, you have F. Also, you have the full range autos, which are really hard to run away from. It's very hard at hitting people up in the air, but if they're not, you know, flyers, you can deal with them pretty darn decently. There we go. So that was like a couple of, you know, it was a little bit slower. I didn't play cleanly there, but I was still able to partially animation cancel the range, 2 of my range autos, one with F and one with shield slam. A lot of times, I don't even shield slam in for the CC. I usually use, sometimes I do, but a lot of times I use the shield slam if I don't need to gap close. I use it in the fight. A for damage, and B for the what's it called? The animation cancel. Your autos are, you know, like many characters, your bread and butter. He's running away from me. Classic bad idea. I have my ult. I don't use it unless I really need to. I knew he was going to ult, so I just ran away. I knew there was no way he could hit me with it if I, you know, decided not to face tank it. I could have face tanked it, but there's no reason to. I would probably have to pop ult in order to tank it, and it's not going to help too much. See, this is me playing KG. Pretty much all my team is down and not near the point. So all I'm doing is poking, showing up, seeing if I can get a couple of cheeky autos, seeing if I can get a few E's, and then I run to the healing point. We were about to lose here. I needed to get overtime, so I need to get on the point. That's why I popped ult and decided to go in. If you have your Captain America ult going, it is extremely hard to kill Captain America. Like, he is... Of course, Jeff can kill by throwing you off the stage, but in terms of, like, actually surviving, in terms of damage, you know, people trying to burn you down and stuff, it's so hard to die as Captain America. Like, you have to really, like, be tanking a whole boatload of damage. You get a whole bunch of movement speed, so easily, you know, you're better able to use your gap closers in fights and so on and so forth, but also, okay, this is one thing that you have to watch out for. If you're against a Penny Parker, running into the mines as Captain America is a one-way ticket to death. Extremely hard to deal with Penny Parker if she has her mines down. If she doesn't, then you can take a Penny Parker easily, especially if she's shooting at you. Just reflect that back with your shield. She has pretty much almost no escapes. She does have one movement ability, but it's pretty easy to you know, distance her. But yeah, it was a bad fight to go into that. Moon Knight is the target here, just like before. He jumped. You know, wait for him to show up again. And then that was a decent animation cancel. I was able to animation cancel with my right click there. Auto shield slam auto. And this is me kiting Venom, because Venom doesn't really have a very easily accessible movement ability. He can, you know, web away, but it's really hard for him to target a specific area. Usually you're just wildly webbing to get out or get in from a large distance. You know, just normal capture the point gameplay here. Pretty darn easy. Can I skip ahead? I can. Ooh. Okay. Their team showed up. Took some damage, get the heal, immediately get back in the fight because you're so fast. Now, that is a fight I don't want to go in on. I'm recognizing Penny Parker has her, you know, her little mind producer ability. You don't even bother. My backline was in a little bit of dire straits. Only Venom was on there, and Penny was about to ult, so I decided to go in on them to help them. Grab a quick heal, go back out. I know I have my ultimate. I actually didn't even take the heal, so I can use my ultimate at any time as well. I did actually animation cancel my autos with, I probably could have F'd back, I didn't think of it. But yeah, I did animation cancel one of my autos with E there. So even just auto E auto is a pretty decent quick animation cancel and burst of damage. Very easy to do. You don't have to do the most complicated animation cancels. You can use the very simple ones very, very easily. Why am I standing still? I think I was like lagging here or something. My mistake. Or maybe I was getting some water or something. Let's see if I can move up. There it is. Okay, now we're back on the point, or running back to the point. There we go. He ults. I just hold my right click. I'm totally fine. I can out ult his ult, and I have much more sustain than he does at that point. It's a fair trade to ult versus ult. And now I know I don't have ult anymore. So I'm trying to go basically steal some abilities. Go in if I can. I was able to get a heal, so I felt pretty good. Moon Knight was kind of just staring at my team, so I was able to go from behind, flank. He's really good at flanking. Flanking and diving, diving and flanking. They go hand in hand. I know he's the real one. Go for him. You have so much DPS versus squishies as Captain America. Like I said, very good at playing essentially diving bruiser. Easy heal. I know my backline is about to be pressured, so I wanted to be able to take pressure off my healers by just grabbing the easy healing point there. No one else could really get to it easily, so I take the onus on myself. I want to get a flank. Cheeky E-throw while I'm out of range anyways. And then go in the backline. And that's the game. That is the game, and that is all it took. Nothing too fancy. Like, you know, I showed you how to do the animation cancels, and they do help your DPS. But in order to, you know, get pretty darn decent damage, 8,000 is not too shabby on 3-point defenses, which is not even the best way to play Cap. Usually you want to do, like, you know, the other game modes with Captain America. And I was still able to get MVP. Even without doing the animation cancels cleanly and before the buffs. I don't know why people don't play Vanguard, like, or in what amounts to tank. Tanks are actually fun in this game. You know, they're much more fun than they are in other game modes. And people, it feels like they're allergic to playing tank. I really don't understand. I don't understand. Here was a good camp game. We actually end up losing, but I was solo tanking this game, which you really don't want to do as Captain America, and was able to really almost pull it back. It is only an SVP game as opposed to an MVP, but it still felt pretty good to play. Like, I did all of the things you wanted to do as Captain America. So, team comp is pretty okay. Not really what we want. It's me and Thor tanking. And we have only one healer, and our healer is Loki, who's not really good at, like, you know, particularly, you know, the best tanking. So this is a really good game because one thing that you really do counter pretty darn decently is Punisher. You like to flank, you like to dive, and Punisher likes to stand still on his turret. And if you can get behind him, he needs time to turn to you. And in that time, you can really do that. This is also really good map because while they did pick Storm, this is before the Storm buff, so she was not really that annoying to deal with. And also, Storm is kind of like locked in. This is an enclosed area. A lot of smaller hallways and stuff. She's not flying like 50 meters up in the air. There's no hope for you to catch her. This is a much better place to fight Storm. Rocket is hard to catch if he's good at running on walls. If he's not good at running on walls, you can catch him, obviously. And if you're forcing Rocket to run away, and there's no easy way to catch him, you just let someone go. That is one trick you got to learn with Cap. He's really good at providing pressure, which is very useful for winning the game, and very bad for getting MVP. Very bad for stat padding. If you want a stat pad, play another tank. You can still stat pad with Cap if you really want to, but it's not what he's good at. Penny Parker, you know, Dr. Strain, Groot, those are really good tanks to stat pad with. I was low, my healers weren't really near me, so I just went to the healing point. And you can immediately get back to the fight. It's like, you know, 5 seconds for him to get to a healing ability, healing point, as opposed to someone else who takes much longer. I was just trolling here. I could have, you know, animation canceled with 2 different abilities there if I wanted to and killed him sooner. I just wanted to, like, you know, flex. I saw that I was having a lot of pressure on me, so that's why I ulted. I was, you know, needing to hold a point, and decided to ult, you know, we could just get the easy skin. As soon as Luna Snow ults, there's no real point in attacking her, unless there's no other targets. Usually, you just, speed wiggling. I knew I needed to run away. That was stupid. Normally, when Luna Snow ults, if Mantis ults, you know, they get their massive regen. Just run away. Just run away. You've already popped one of their ults, and usually you can run away for free. He plays like you play, if anyone's familiar with League of Legends, how you play Udyr, you like to basically get a whole bunch of pressure on people, bait out abilities. I don't think you can catch flyers with your shield slam, so I don't know why I tried that. Maybe I was, you know, seeing if it worked. But yeah, you don't try to use his in the air right-click shield slam and try to be able to get enemies with that in the air. It doesn't bring people down like, you know, a Hulk's does or anything like that. Bad gameplay. I did not get the Ankh there. I should have. Oh, actually, no, that's our Moon Knight. My bad.
Jury, executioner.
You can do a solid, like, what is it? About 150-ish damage with just your, you know, auto or your E, slam down auto, and then F auto. You can get, like, probably around 200 damage with that. So you can kind of kill most squishies with that. Next map was Birin T'Challa, I think. Oh, it's like the science area. Yeah. Really easy to get discombobulated for teams in this game. Sorry, on this map particularly. It's a very, like, you know, kind of like a wide map, and there's like many different like corridors and healing points everywhere. This is actually a really good map for Cap. I love this map on Cap. This is not one where you want to be on the main point unless you have a really good team and you can, you know, do that. He's really good at playing KG on this map. I love this map because you can play KG on him with this map. Soak damage, run for a heal. Bread and butter gameplay. If you master kiting and you know, basically being an annoying shit. Oh, one thing you can do, I forgot to mention, is, I don't know if I do it in this game, but if Luna right-clicks you, I think that's her freeze, you can reflect the freeze back at her. If Penny Parker uses her CC ability against you, you can right-click that, you know, they're easy, just shield reflect, and reflect the CC back on people. It doesn't just reflect damage, it also reflects CC. Something that a lot of people who, you know, play into and against Cap don't even realize. That jump slam range is gigantic. If you're able to get a flank in the air, huge for that. Huge for that. I even misplay, and I'm still pretty much unkillable right here. Until my ult runs out. But yeah, that was me just trying to get point pressure. Not even the smartest play there, but is what it is. There it is. The Fearless Leap. Cap's voice acting in this game is great. Big fan of it. And now that we have Infinity War Cap, oh man. And keep in mind, this gameplay is with Captain America in his pre-buff state. This is him getting 0 buffs up to this point from the release of the game. Which was very sad. There was no surviving that. I should not even been on the point. I got lucky that Rocket had a revive for me. Now this is a good fight. One thing that you can't take really well is Magic. Magic just, you know, gets so much bonus health. She's kind of strong into a lot of bruiser types. She's kind of strong in a lot of tanks. So unless you're able to really, really lock her down, or she's targeting someone else, oftentimes you just, you know, bait out a few abilities and run away. Now this is a good fight because you are able to, not you, but I was able to get the pressure on the point. Magic is targeting someone else, and I can take on Magneto easily. Magneto is a range tank. You out DPS range tanks like crazy. Your right click basically makes you better than so many range characters at pretty much every point of the game. You're really good at baiting out damage from a Star-Lord as well. Reflect damage. You know, he has to use his mobility to run away from you, and you just let him. And you can still sometimes, if he's not playing particularly well, or if you're playing cleanly, you can out gap close his, you know, runaways. If I held sprint, I would have been able to jump over that. There you go. Isolating Luna Snow. Cloak and Dagger is someone you can take on pretty well. Basically, whenever he goes invisible, then you have to guess. But if he's not going invisible, you know, every time, you know, Scarlet Witch or him uses the right click where they just hold down the button and he just do damage to you, you can reflect all of that with your shield. All of that. And you can kind of just straight up kill people with your shield reflect. I ulted because I needed the movement speed to get back to point here. But I'm just trying to give you my thought process of how to play successfully as Captain America in wins and losses. The types of things to think about. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. We lost this one, but we ended up getting 1-for-1 here. So now it is time for the rubber match. Time for the rubber match. Actually, it was the same map as the last game. So this was a loss, but still, we did pretty well. Luna ults, you just run away. There's no way you can out-damage a Luna ult. Sometimes you can't even out-damage a healer in general, but that's because of how healers work in this game. Good flank. I can see any target that I want. If I had been smarter, I would have actually waited for my team to engage, at least with range, before I go in. But this was fine. Magic is hard to deal with. I don't think you can reflect any of the damage from Thor Ultimate. You can reflect his hammer throw, though. If he throws his hammer, you have your shield up, it goes right back at his face. So you can, if you're doing that well, you can actually kind of take him. I saw Star-Lord used one of his movement abilities to get in, so I knew that was easy kill. Easy kill. You actually do pretty darn well into Strange. His E ability is considered range, if I'm not mistaken, which is where he like shoots out the dark magic or dark matter or whatever the fuck it's called, and you can easily take care of that ability with your right click shield, and you know when he's going to do it usually. And you know, so I was baiting out a lot of abilities, low health, run to the point, use F to disengage there. And 2 healing points on this map. Really good map for Captain America because there's a lot of healing points really, really close together. We're kind of desperate to take the point. So all I did was just bait, pull people away from the point, and take on the fight I knew I could win. In this case, the low health Magic, the low health Doctor Strange. I should have focused one, so it's not the cleanest play ever. But, like I said, you don't need the cleanest play ever in order to be successful with Cap. So, whatever, you know, gameplay I'm showing you guys, you all can play this better. I'm not the most mechanically adept player, and I'm able to succeed with a character that people consider weak. It's all about the gameplay. It's all about the game plan. Very strategic, as Captain America is. And I actually didn't use almost any animation cancels in this game. Very sadly. I think I was very tired by this point. I just didn't bother using animation cancels. Maybe would have won if I had. There we go. Just easy, just rubbing my face into their faces. I should have gone for the healing point there. I actually don't know why I didn't. It's about to heat up. There it is. So, I wasn't able to shield the Eye of Agamotto, but I was able to shield the Legendary from, what's his name? Star-Lord, and reflect the damage. Killed him immediately. He shoots down at you, you know, auto-targets. He can't even choose not to shoot at you, and he just immediately dies. Very fun to do that. If you're able to, like, shield an Iron Man ult, you feel like a god. And now you can do it a lot easier with your F ability as well. He shoots out the ult, you just F directly into it. Auto shields. Done and dusted. So fun. They also, it wasn't really recorded in the patch notes, but they kind of made it a lot easier to hold your right click and jump, which was kind of a wonky-ish interaction. For some reason, that didn't work too well. Now it works a lot better. There you go. Magic, you kind of want to avoid... I shouldn't have targeted the Magic nearly as much this game. I think that was like a big problem. It's really hard for you to kill Magic. She has too many jumps. Hops in her stupid portals, gets free health. And it's kind of like, in some ways, more mobile than you are. At least in, like, you know, short-term bursts. Targeting flyers, miserable experience for Cap. If you're, you know, using your range autos and you don't have a good lead on them, don't even bother trying to. I would have been better off not trying to shoot Star-Lord and just running directly to the heal. But yeah, we barely lost that. It was 199, but that was still a very, very good game. Very, very good game. Let me see if there's any other good gameplay. But I think you guys get the memo. I think you guys are understanding, picking up what I'm putting down. Even with my, you know, less than stellar mechanical play, I was still able to have 25,000 damage blocked as a solo tank with not really the best team comp, and was still able to be extremely, extremely successful in that game. You're really able to do your job if you have the right mentality and the right style of gameplay. Oh, that was me trying out the thing. Thing is really fun. Thing is really, really, really fun. Let's see what this game is. I didn't get MVP, but I did still have, like, pretty darn impressive stats. I was unkillable. Shin Shibuya. Which one is this one? Oh, this is the one with Spider. Yeah, this is actually a really good map for Cap. So the beginning part is usually a little rough, but there's a lot of really good corridors to run down, a lot of like long hallways where people want to snipe at you, a lot of places to catch people off guard because you can do the flanking, the running on the walls, not running on the walls, running up the stairs and so on and so forth, a lot better than other characters. But yeah, this is a really good map to show Cap. That was just a simple, you know, catching him. Wolverine is a big problem for Cap. So basically, the way you want to handle Wolverine is have him focus someone else. He out-damages you with his percentage health. Yeah, anytime she uses that ability, Cloak and Dagger uses that ability, you just, you know, hold your shield and walk backwards, and they can't do anything. And then when it runs out, you could even gap close again with your F or E. A good Black Panther can sometimes outdamage you. if he's able to get his bonus health multiple times. But they have to be a very good Black Panther in order to outdamage your 650 base health and 400 damage shield. And if a Black Panther is ever throwing a spear, you can reflect that any day of the week. Any day of the week. Very easy gameplay here. He flew up in the air, you know where he's going. You just let him come down. You see if he wants to throw some cheeky shards at you. One thing to note is if you're about to kill a character and they're really low, your F does damage, your gap closer dash. If you kill someone, it doesn't stop your F ability. If you don't kill someone, then it stops your F ability in terms of the movement. So if someone's about to die, you can use it to get to someone else. Like Black Panther was like, you know, 2 health from death. So I was able to just F right through him. No, sorry, not Black Panther. Iron Fist.
Or a dagger.
Spidey. Yeah, never chase a Spidey. This was my mistake. You'll see me do this a few times. But this is sometimes something good not to do. What you can do is, if he's running away with low health, you can a lot of times catch him with a cheeky E, because he'll jump on the wall, try to like run along the wall or whatever. And remember, your E, your buzzsaw, your E shield throw bounces on floors and walls. There we go. So you see how that didn't stop my F ability? I was able to do that, directly go in.
I'm opening a portal.
He's really good at like pressing in alone. A lot of characters, you don't want to leave your team and press in alone. He's really good at it, because if you run across a fight that you can't take on, a lot of times you can just run away. Grab the cheeky health right under their nose. And then, you know, use your right click to disengage, your space right click. Easy fight, easy fight. They were all fighting someone else, so I was just able to go in and get a whole bunch of DPS with my buzzsaw bouncing on multiple people, gap closing with my shield slam. Just very, very simple bread and butter gameplay. If you're able to get his animation cancels very, very well, you will do much better than I do in these games. There we go. Clean. I was able to get, you know, 2 animation cancels there. Left click, shield slam, left click, E, and I think I didn't even left click again, so I kind of wasted that. There we go. I got lucky on that F. He didn't try to swing away; he just tried to jump, so you could absolutely get him there. How do we lose this game? Did we lose this game? I don't think we lost this game, actually. Yeah, we were pressuring them like full on. I don't think they even unlocked. Yeah, they didn't even unlock the movement on this. We had so much backline pressure between me and our Black Panther and our Wolverine. So yeah, we were able to just continuously pressure to the point that they couldn't do anything. And now with Cap, he feels a lot better. You can do all of these combos, all of these ideas of running in, running out, his entire gameplay much more cleanly, because you have, you know, this is without any of the buffs on any of his plays. So yeah, there it is. There's Captain America in a nutshell. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would love to see your input. Good damage. He's much higher damage now. Not nearly as much damage as, like, you know, well-played Doctor Strange, who has animation cancels on his left click into his, you know, his melee and so on and so forth. But still very, very respectable damage, especially against squishies. Anytime you're facing against, you know, Luna, anytime you're facing against healers, you want to focus them. Anytime you're facing against Punisher, any snipers, you can really handle snipers well. Anytime you're facing if you're facing a lot of people like to play, like, you know, on the long hallway, like Venom's planet. They like to play, you know, freaking Magneto or Groot as the tank. Then it's like a team with 2 healers, range healers, whatever you want to pick, with you know, Hawkeye and Punisher and sometimes a cheeky Spidey or a what's it called, a Penny Parker or something like that, and they just try to overload you with range. Captain America is really good against those team comps. That is a team comp that is relatively squishy, and if you're able to get in on the back line, they're not really able to do much into you. So huge time to play that this character then. The other time that you're able to play Captain America very well is on the long maps where it's like the big tracks and you have to protect the point and kind of like move the cart forward. He's really good at that because usually those have a lot more healing points on the map. So anytime there's more healing points, you like to handle that a lot better. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys ever need any tips or anything like that, I do stream on Twitch at capcorgi on Twitch. And you'll be seeing a lot of Cap gameplay. I'll be working on a guide for Wolverine and Thor, and probably Penny Parker. I've been playing a lot more Penny Parker than I thought I would. I didn't even think I was going to like that character. Not really like a, you know, stationary tank style character, but Penny is very fun. So highly recommend trying that character in that instance for sure. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.